G'day everyone, we've left Longreach, we're headed for Winton. Not far away. And then we're going to the Dinosaur Museum in Winton, as we did in Richmond and Humanton. And as you can see, the countryside isn't particularly interesting. We passed a sheep station behind us. Saw a few dozen sheep gathered not far from the fence. I don't know how many more there were on the property. I don't know how big the property is. Not bigger than I could see. Hope you're enjoying travelling with us. And today we're headed for air. Rockhampton and Mackay, or Yeppoon, and Bowen. We missed all of them. We went through them, well, near them, on the way down to Brisbane 3-4 weeks ago now, Mark. Way down to Brisbane 3-4 weeks ago. So Margie's listening to me on her phone right next to me, so you'll hear an echo there for a little while. So she'll fix that soon. Yeah, you. Oh, one thing you've missed this morning, because we've been travelling for about an hour, I'd say. Lots and lots of dead kangaroos, probably about 20 so far, Mo. Yeah. Some of them have been scattered the whole width of the road, more or less a red smear. And lots of birds, there's one, and lots of birds, crows and eagles, wedge-tailed eagles, feasting on the carcasses and flying off as vehicles come near, mostly flying off. We saw one dead on the road, didn't get high enough early enough. Or to the side early enough. And you're hearing some of my music. So this is my Christian playlist. Over 3,500 songs are on my Christian playlist. Everything from a classical style, operatic, traditional hymn singing, traditional fundamental hymn singing, all the way through to modern contemporary Christian, Chris Tomlin, Matt Redman. Yes, and there's even Hillsong on there. Oh, here's one. This is a Hillsong. But I skip the ones that I don't like. So I get albums, and I don't approve of every song on the album. Um, as a general rule, I don't buy Hillsong, but other people have bought me Hillsong. But I do buy the Wow Christian compilation albums. I like this song. Coming up the clouds with fire, the whole earth shakes, whole earth shakes. Sin and mercy washing over all our sin. People sing, people sing. Hosanna, Hosanna, Hosanna in the highest. Hosanna, Hosanna, Hosanna in the generation rising up to take its place, the whole space. With selfless faith, that one. That one's with selfless faith. Revival. This one will be the whole earth shakes. Stirring as we pray and sing, we're on our makes me cry. Hosanna, Hosanna in the highest. Hosanna, Hosanna, Hosanna in the Praise Jesus. Hallelujah. Make it clean. Open up my eyes to the things unseen. Break me how to love like you have loved me. Break my heart for what breaks yours. Everything I am for your kingdom's cause. As I walk from earth into eternity. We sing, Hosanna, Hosanna, Hosanna in the highest. Before we drive too much further, I want you to notice off to the left the evidence for Noah's flood. Mountaintops, ranges that were created by water, carved out by water, and that water would have had to have been quite high. And for it to be that high, it would have had to have covered most of Australia. And to have covered most of Australia, it would have to cover most of the world. And that lines up very well with Noah's flood. It does not line up with millions of years and little local floods. This wasn't a little local flood. And just to give you an example of how broad my musical tastes are, we go straight from Hillsong to part of Handel's Messiah. To the nations, fiercely rage together. To the people, why the people? Sorry, I haven't got this one memorized as well. One could argue I didn't have the last one memorized very well. The timing's very tricky. Timing's very tricky on both of them. As Anna, I keep coming in late or early. And on this one, the notes jump around a lot. And it's the same words repeated a lot, which I don't mind so much because it's Bible. And I'm probably more tolerant of classical music being repetitive than I am of pop music. Lord, Lord, and I don't know if it's no. For the next part, let your feet is bones asunder, but it's random, so it's playing a different song now. So this one's written by Stuart Townsend, who is a modern hymn writer. As far as I can tell, he's English, and his songs get sung in Anglican churches in England. But he's a very good songwriter. If you look up Stuart Townsend, you'll find a lot of very good hymns, good solid biblical content. So there are contemporary Christian hymns in a traditional style. So contemporary in the sense that they're new, being written today, but using that traditional style rather than the modern contemporary style like Chris Tomlin or Matt Redman. By the way, I do recommend Chris Tomlin and Matt Redman more than I wouldn't recommend Hillsong. I would recommend some specific songs from Hillsong. I don't often talk about music. I like to sing, so you can tell from the songs that I sing what songs I like, or at least what songs I know that I want to share with people. But this is a topic that's come up because my music was playing, so I thought I'd speak to it. Let people know my views. You don't have to agree with my views. You may be more conservative, more resistant to contemporary music, or you may be the other way. You may be more resistant to traditional music. That's on your conscience. Don't try and project it onto me. I'm not going to try and project anything onto you. I'll tell you my opinion. You make up your own opinion. I am not your guru. I never want to be. I've never tried to be. I try to teach as I believe the Holy Spirit leads me, but I don't want you to follow me. I want you to follow Jesus. And I do believe that there is variety within the body. Whether that variety extends to this area, well, I leave God to build his own church. It's not my church to build. So please follow your conscience. Please try not to project your beliefs in areas like this, in areas that aren't that important Please do not try to foist them onto other people. There is freedom in the body of Christ to follow him in matters of conscience. He gives us specific examples in Romans 14 about meats. Some people don't eat meat because it was sacrificed to idols. And Paul calls them the weaker brethren, and those who think it's okay to eat meat should condescend, should be humble, and accept that we do not want to cause our brother to stumble. Some people may be caused to stumble by rock music being used in the church. Does that mean we don't use rock music if it's going to cause someone to stumble? Yes. But it's not a blanket rule. That means you can never. Quite the reverse. God is obviously indicating in Romans 14 and other places it's okay to eat meat, and in fact he goes so far as to say do not forbid people to eat meat. So it's not wrong to eat meat. It's not wrong to play rock music, except in specific instances, of course. If it causes someone to stumble, or it is a sinful song, the words are sinful. Obviously, that would be wrong. I hope you're still enjoying the countryside I'm showing you. Joining us in our tour of Western Queensland, from Longreach to Winton. We're almost at Winton, and then we're going to be looking at the Dinosaur Museum in Winton. I hope you're enjoying some Christian music with me. There's a dinosaur. Looks like one of the sauropods. I've forgotten my dinosaurs. I can't remember the ones. So most people know of Brontosaurus, which was actually originally a Diplodocus head on an Apatosaurus body. So they decommissioned Brontosaurus, but they brought Brontosaurus back. There's a dinosaur that they've called the Brontosaurus again, because everybody remembers Brontosaurus. For some reason, it's stuck in people's minds more than the actual dinosaurs like Apatosaurus and Diplodocus and Allosaurus. Those are some of the ones I remember. And I haven't kept up with it a lot over the last 30 years. So I don't know some of the dinosaurs that have been discovered more recently, but that one looked like one of those. Diplodocus or Apatosaurus or Brontosaurus, or I'm not sure about Allosaurus. I'd have to look up what Allosaurus looks like again. I used to know my duck-billed dinosaurs as well, and I've forgotten them. And then there's the swimming dinosaurs, which technically aren't dinosaurs. Dinosaurs is reserved for those on the land. So things that people think of as flying dinosaurs are technically not dinosaurs, according to the people who classify these things. But for the sake of having an easy way to identify them, I don't know what else to call them as a group. But there's the swimming dinosaurs and the flying dinosaurs, which I don't remember them as well either. But we saw one of those in Richmond, if you remember watching my tour of Richmond about 2 months ago or thereabouts. If you go back to that, and here's this long-tailed plant-eating dinosaur again. Long neck, long tail. Or a representation of it. I don't know if you can see that on the screen because I can't see the screen. My screen's a bit dark. You didn't turn it down, did you, Mark? Okay. That's why I can't see it. It's got dark. There we go. And Doki's joined the stream. Hey, Doki. Hey, Doki, I hear you were being given a hard time by Praise. Welcome to the club. So Doki says Big Sky. Yeah, well, part of the reason for that is because my phone holder won't let me point it down so you can see more of the road. So you're just seeing big blue sky. Actually, I want to show you the mountains over there. You pointed at those mountains, make sure I'm seeing them. Spin it along. Thanks. That's making me sick. We opened the window so that you can see it with the window down, that window in the way, and you'll notice that up ahead is another one. And over there, I don't know if you can see that. There's some others that we're going to pass in due time. He says it's like a computer screen. Yes. The Microsoft Windows Big Sky screen. Oh, we're here. Yep, so we're not going to pass those. After this, we're heading back the other direction. Not on this road, we're going to go another road that goes northeast. So we're heading pretty much directly west. That's the one we need to go to. Oh. Missed the turn off. Too busy talking about the journey coming up. "11 kilometres into the museum." Tours hourly. Open daily, tours hourly from 9 o'clock. Oh, so it means we have to wait. For the tour pass. If you want to do the tour, we'll have to wait till 9. We might do it earlier because there's something else. But he's Creation Ministries. Well, he's not, but he works with. But no, not Creation Ministries, that's Genesis Ken. But he's his own man. He works with Ken, but he's not part of their ministry. It's God. It's God. It's God.
quite, he's a dinosaur man, this guy. So it's quite,
Buddy.
yes, it's quite.
So Buddy Davis that you're listening to at the moment, this song's called It's God. Buddy Davis sculpts dinosaurs out of fiberglass. And as you know, I'm an avid follower of Ray Comfort. Ray Comfort actually got a dinosaur head from Buddy Davis, one that Buddy Davis sculpted, a T-Rex.
So we head into the dinosaur park and he's playing this song.
Yeah.
Quite
But Buddy Davis has also sung for Ken Ham. Ken Ham did a 5-part series, I think it was 5, on creation. And it finished with Buddy Davis closing up. I find it very difficult to understand why there are Christians who don't trust what God says. God said he made it in 6 days, so he made it in 6 days. He told us those days were morning and evening. He numbered the days. That always means what we normally think of as a day and night. And I know day can mean different things, but in context always tells us the meaning. You can't strip it of the context and make it mean whatever you want. It doesn't mean a long age in the context of Genesis 1. And I do not understand how anybody believes that, except that in the 1700s, people started to undermine the Bible and they said, oh, geology teaches us that the world is millions of years old. The Bible's wrong. But God didn't create in 6 days. God's lying to us. That's what the people were deliberately saying. And for Christians to compromise with that is disgusting. God said he did it in 6 days. Let's believe that he did it in 6 days, because that's what he said. He's very clear about it. If you read the Bible, there's no way in the world that you can be confused on the age of millions of years unless you've been brainwashed by a secular establishment. Reject the brainwashing and trust what God says. Believe him. Stop believing the lies. There is no biblical argument to believe in millions of years, and no biblical reason. The Bible clearly teaches that God made in 6 days about 6,000 years ago. He made in 6 days and then rested on the 7th day. That's where we get our week from. We have no other reason for a 7-day week. None. All of our other time-keeping devices, we can point to the astronomical signs, like the sun. The Earth goes around the sun once a year, so that gives us our year, our seasons. The moon goes around the Earth once a month, so we get a month. And every day, the Earth rotates on its axis, so the sun appears to go round us every day. All of those things we can get from nature. The week we do not get from nature, and yet it is ingrained in us. In the French Revolution, they tried to change it to a 10-day week, and it didn't work. We have an inbuilt clock. And if you reject this truth, you're saying to the world, sure, we don't have to believe the Bible, but trust Jesus. Why should people trust Jesus if you don't believe the first chapters of the Bible? If you don't believe there was a global flood, and you're going to see lots of those lies in this museum, I will be correcting them. These fossils were deposited by Noah's flood. I hope we get Creation Ministries out here one day to do a tour. Looks like we travel up the hillside a little bit, so You actually get to see out. Oh, that's a good idea. You get to see out over the plain where these things were deposited. Sorry, I've just got to stop and show you. Look at that. Not stop completely, just slowing down. What a good idea to put the museum up here. That's brilliant. More than money, there is not on earth This is one of my favourite singers, Ed Lyman. Probably my favourite singer, actually. I only have one album, and I only have it because Mum didn't throw it away. It was one of 4 that she didn't throw away.
That's really where the dinosaurs
So the car's going to be hot by the time we come back. I hope it's not too hot. I want to play more Ed Lyman for you when I get back. So here's the car park. Better take my wallet with me. Got the tickets. Take the wallet. I'll take my sunnies. So I assume we're going to be going over there at some stage. So you see the no littering. Yes. There you go. Oh, here's the whole complex. Oh, okay, so this is Dinosaur Stampede. Because they were running away from Noah's flood. Bet you they don't tell us that. Oh, Titanosaurs. Pterodactyls, Pterodactylus, and Conbatasaurus. Conbata comes from probably Aboriginal. So where's the reception? That one. So that's staff amenities. No, that's the reception. This reception, that's staff amenities. And I didn't bring my selfie stick. Today's fly level. That's one of the things, especially in cattle country, but even in sheep country. Lots of flies in the Australian outback. That's why some Australians have invented things like the hat with corks. Sorry, got to take this phone call.
That would be good. Oh, you. I'm always. But that's okay. Hey, hello everyone. My name is Nathan. I'm going to be your guide. Welcome to Australian Dinosaurs. Welcome to the collection portion. In a moment, we're going to go to the double door score. We're going to be sat down in a theatre, watching a couple of videos. After that, we're going to be looking at our holotype specimens, the first of a dinosaur's kind. These are very, very special, and they are the real thing, which is pretty lucky. We do have a couple of rules while we're in here, though. We are dealing with real stuff. Man, we need to make sure your stuff doesn't go over the edge. I will get if it does. And, in general, just be careful around them. The other part is, if you want to take photos, Please, just any official use, just let our management team know beforehand, and make sure the flash is turned up while projected on. A little bit temperamental. Can't throw a history it. We're all Queensland, not everything works. Otherwise, let's get this on the way. Awesome. Let's start. Welcome to the collection here. That's cool. This is kept at 23 degrees Celsius all year round. It's not actually for us, that is for these fossils. These are first of their kind, and you're going to ever get one. Most of the time, fossils like these will live in rocks, on a shelf of a dark corridor, or a basement where no one gets to see them. We've got 3 of them in here, so you guys are pretty lucky. The one on the table next to me is Banjo. The one on the floor is Matilda. The one on the far table is Wade. I'm going to talk about all of these in a moment. What I'm going to do first is I'm going to turn on use my live videos. This first one will give you a bit of background on why I keep them coming. So make yourselves comfortable, get the lights, and get the light.
Imagine this. Your nuts are in shape and tight, sticking out of the ground, a bone, a thigh bone, a femur. This is a thigh bone of a sheep, and it's not what you found. This is a thigh bone of a cow. It belongs to an animal at least 20 meters from nose to tail. It belongs to a soul. What? Luckily for me, sauropods don't live here anymore. But once upon a time, there were birds around here.
Yeah.
Once upon a time, there were monsters to be out there. Dinosaurs have been around almost everywhere. Actually, almost everywhere is Australia for some reason. Very little evidence and none of the real giants have been found. And then something happened which revolutionized our understanding of Australia's dinosaurs. It happened in Queensland. Winton has a little place that's never changed. You can't help thinking they're constantly like this forever. In fact, it's changed a lot. 19 years ago, this harsh dry was a forested wetland in the northern shores of the Great Atlantic Sea. It was home to a wide variety of animals, such as Winton, a small armored dinosaur that foraged in the lush vegetation that thrived during its time. Many species of sauropods browse through the areas of the forests. The 16-metre long Winton Untitled, one of Winton's smaller sauropods, could easily reach into the treetops. Its sheer weight and size meant that it had a few in the Dinosaurs is Australia's largest known limpet and is a menagerie of small two-legged dinosaurs that were on the area. One of the smallest, a chicken-sized dinosaur, is known for running footprints near Winton. They live in the same. Scientists have known about isolated dinosaurs from Winton for nearly a year. However, it was only recently that the abundance of the region's dinosaurs have really become known. The story
There you go. There's sheep.
Family of the Australian dinosaurs museum and a third generation farmer. David Elliott's discovery, which triggered unprecedented excitement, was identified as a silo in sauropod, now fitting the nickname Elliott.
Steve Price. Oh, look at the sun coming down from the clouds.
So that was the end. That's what a pixar looks like. That's actually how we see that ground.
Yeah.
Now, all the ones we got out of the ground. Yes. This next video is going to focus on that very end as well. Because these two have quite an interesting story, and the names actually come from me with the area. So we'll get this one started.
Sure do. What's he going to do with that?
David Allen and all the work that he and his supporters have done since have put Winton on the dinosaur map. But this little town has another claim to fame on a property not far from here. A fellow named Andrew Barton Hanson, or Banjo Hanson, became the most famous bird in Australia. It was here he wrote Wall Street Matilda. One of his stories was widely from bushland. Wall Street Matilda was the story of the frightening and by water. But there's more than one
Billabong.
on most days, they discover a block or perhaps a partial skeleton. But on one day, they discover the remains of two different dinosaurs buried together in what was once an ancient billabong. These are the remains of the two creatures the Australian Ancient Dinosaurs Museum has fondly named Banjo and Matilda.
And they're right in front of me here now.
No,
One of them's down there.
And she really, really right up and get this extracting man and band. It was a huge sort of
There's a typical Australian, hardly opens his lips, keeping the flies out. She's obviously not from the outback, opens her mouth too much.
And the was at the time she was complete best of a source of
Australia.
The bones of Banjo and Matilda were found buried together in ancient deposits of what was once a known village. By studying the evidence, possible clues can be found as to how they might have died around 98 million.
Or 4,400. I wonder how much evidence they have for this. Or did they just find them buried by a massive flood?
So we know for sure that Matilda killed Banjo. Well, of course we don't, but then that's the new trend in paleontology. Investigating the deaths of Matilda and Banjo around 98 million years ago is similar to a homicide detective today, poring over the evidence and tracking down the murderer. So how do we weigh up this?
we've got more sort of pretty much the dinosaurs we find sort of products. So I think why aren't we getting all sorts of dinosaurs in the deposits? And then it really started to occur to me as what exactly those deposits are. And those deposits are ancient sort of deposit of money. I said, look, just like this. We're seeing large animals that are coming out of here, they get a drink, and then I come back out again. And you have to wonder why it is. And to do that, you really got to look at the sauropods. And you're looking at the large animals that are here, the 30-ton animals. They've got no real animals.
Yes, but how were they buried? They don't get buried in a building.
They got old. Nothing to look at that. Animals that are old, they get tired, not on animals here, and when they do, and they start walking into footholds and this.
They don't get buried and preserved.
And they can't pull it. And sometimes you don't get back to the access to that, and she gets driving into what it's from the month.
And the bones would be scattered.
When you're taking you along sort of like here and scattered just coming down and putting my all down.
So that's how we understand the process.
Well, it's probably the reason we find more big brother than anything else. This.
Oh, my God. Sounds awful. The discovery of the success in locating these remains, and the knowledge that Australia does have a rich dinosaur heritage has revolutionised Australian dinosaur anthropology. This knowledge, and the great public enthusiasm following the discovery, has led to the development of the Australian Nature Dinosaurs Museum of Natural History. And in the past decade, it has amassed the largest collection of Australian dinosaur fossils in the world.
So that's the way that what we had was the vast majority of travel dinosaurs. But the other reason is that we knew that unless we actually got to do something that it's never going to happen. These people never going to come out of the inside. You know, you had inside of this, inside. All of those things, not just great for travel, not just great for animals, but keeping with the regional terms of life, so it's very clear to do for
Understanding tiny dinosaurs tells us about our remote past, but it also explains how our world has changed, how our climate has changed, and how the slow, uneven course of nature continues to change our planet. It's difficult to think of anything more important than understanding how our world works.
Yeah, well, if you don't believe dinosaurs, you're not going to know anything.
Australian outback is a harsh and unforgiving place, but I think I prefer it like this than sharing it with monsters.
Or having to experience Noah's flood. Bear cage and eye candy. And BHP was one of the top. Very good. Yeah. So this is our guide Nathan for today.
Banjo. This is Australopithecus Winton. It is the most complete dinosaur in Australia at the moment. It's an impressive beast. Now, out the front, we probably also the statues of the dinosaur. That is cool. And this is a decent sized creature, stands about as tall as us. But some of Banjo is a lot bigger than it should be. For that, if you look at Banjo's feet, the lovely ones up the front, and Banjo's claws, which are the ones next to me. Now, these are substantially bigger than what they should be. Those feet should be on a dinosaur 3 times the size of a Banjo. They are massive. Absolutely huge. And we think that pictures of where Banjo's living, you see something similar in one of the forms. They've got really long toes. And there's a reason. If you spread out your legs, you don't sink. You're not going to get stuck in mud if you want to move around it. So we think Banjo might have actually lived in mud flats, where it's a little bit softer, and having those bigger feet means that it's going to have the upper hand. It's not going to get stuck. You might also notice that with those feet, we have these cardboard cutouts. These are the bones that were missing.
Bits that are missing.
But there's the thing. Each piece that is missing is there in the other foot. So this one's missing here. There it is there. These 2 missing there. That's in there. Missing rib here. Works out perfectly. We can reconstruct that and have a complete length and foot as we see on the screen. And we can do that accurately, which is even better. But really big feet, probably because of where it's living. The absolutely massive claws probably got something to do with the hunt. Now these things, at this time, they're basically useless. And they're big enough just as a bloke. But when Banjo was alive, there would have been a keratin sheath over the top. That would give you a claw that's about this big. Pretty hefty. And what's more, this is keratin. Now keratin is the same stuff that makes your fingernails. Same stuff that makes the claws of cats. And if you've seen a cat scratching at a bed frame or a carpet, they are sharp in there. Banjo do the same. Scratch this thing against a wall or a tree, it stays nice and sharp. Given its size, this is probably the hunting weapon. So combining the two together, we think Badger was probably an animal hiding around in the shadows. The small dinosaur close. When that little dinosaur is in range, Badger then charges out up, chasing her across the mud flats. Where Badger has the upper hand, he's got big feet. He doesn't get stuck. Gets up nice and close, and then gives that little dinosaur a nice big his big claw sinks in nice and deep. The small dinosaur does not have a day. Badger gets lunch. Works out quite nicely. So, big feet to chase it down across the soft ground, big claws to capture its prey. Pretty cool. The arms and legs for this thing, they match the body size, but the muscles that attach to these things are absolutely massive. These are actually so well preserved, we have what muscle scars that tell us where the muscles sat and how big they were. That's why we got the replica of the wire frame with the meat on top of us. It's a decent sized drum set. There's a lot of power in it. Got to be able to move it somehow. But the rest of the body does matter a bit more clearly. We managed to find Banjo's ribs, these lovely sticks, up the back of the table. Nice and thin. Banjo needs to reduce its weight. It's too heavy. It's not going anywhere. And these ones in the middle, these are called gastralalia, or floating ribs. Now, if you look at the screen, those sit on chest and stomach. And these are actually one of my favorite parts. Because we know what they are. We know what they look like. We don't know why the dinosaur has them. Some things are a great big question mark. We just don't have the answers. And now, those floating ribs are a question. We know where they sit, but we don't know why the animals use them. So, we've got to keep digging. We've got to find out those answers. And of course, Banjo is a meat-eating dinosaur. You can't have a meat eater without sharp teeth. But we managed to find Banjo's lower jaw. This lovely piece on the back. Beautifully preserved. It has dozens of tiny little daggers for teeth. Nice and sharp. They are quite small, so probably not used for the hunting. They are serrated like steak knives. They are perfect for being a meat eater. And the scientists who were not satisfied with just having the lower jaw decided to put it through a CT scan to see what's on the inside. Lo and behold, there is another row of teeth ready to go. So similar to crocodiles and sharks, if Banjo lost a tooth, just replaced it and back throughout its life. We lose a tooth, it's a hole in our face and a trip to the dentist, which is nowhere near as fun. I like this alternative a bit more. Now, what you see here is all that exists for this species. This is the only one of its kind at the moment. It's not just the holotype, it's the only one. But when we look at the screen, there's a lot of it missing. We've only got about 30-40% of the actual dinosaur. So what we do is we look at Banjo's family. This is pretty cool Megaraptors. There are more of them around the world, but we have those missing pieces. So we can compare them, finish it off, and we think the whole skeleton probably looked a bit like this. And when you reach this stage, you add in a bit of computer magic, you can make it come to life.
Glad he's not around anymore.
Yeah. Big climbers with long tails, the ones that live on our lake. That one's up there. Now this one on the floor, this is Matilda. The proper name is Dinosaur Matilda. The one on the far table that way is the Dinosaurus Helianthora. And one of the best ways to work out who's who is to actually look at their hips. So for Matilda, that's this piece in front of me. This is half of the hip. It's pretty big.
Enormous.
Now I'll put it up on the screen. We only have one side here, the other side is currently in storage. It wasn't too well preserved. But when they go next to each other, they come into a V shape. Get a nice line pointing down the bottom. That tells us that Matilda probably had a fairly slender body. Thin and tall, bit of an oval shape to it. Wade, on the other hand, the hips don't have that nice V point to them. They're actually the massive plates on the back of the table. They're a lot wider and a lot shorter, which tells us Wade had a different type of body. It would be nice to have big barrels instead. Probably because they were living in different areas. 95 million years ago, we used to be a forest, beautiful and green. You had trees towering over our heads. You think Matilda probably lived in that forest, having been in those trees. So if their body, quite useful. Wade, on the other hand, being a bit wider, wouldn't be able to get from the trees, so probably lived along river banks and lakes where it's a little more. The great big hole in the middle of it, that is where the femur attaches, your upper leg bone. And for Matilda, that's this massive thing here. This white one next to it, actually upside down. Let me just use that. But this is the exact same bone from a Brahmin bull.
Huh.
That was really small.
Yes.
Matilda makes this look like a toothpick. It's ridiculous. This thing probably weighed about tons. Would have been 3 meters tall, easily 18 meters long. It wouldn't even fit in this room. Sauropods were massive.
3 meters, 10 feet.
Absolutely huge. The two bones down the bottom, they're the ones that can roll like go back together. It sits like a double screen. That's the back arm. Up the front, that's where you get the arm, left turns around, forward leg, down to the upper arm, two bones of the lower arm, and then all your toes. We have a full set. Matilda straight on the screen. Your shoulder, the upper arm, two for the lower arm, and then all your toes. Fun fact, you have the exact same layout in your own arm. Exact same bones, it's just this one's slightly bigger and slightly more shape. It's more on the walls and weighs substantially more. Nice. We also have the upper arm and the toes for weight on the table. The upper arm is a piece in the middle, the toes are up the upright on the table. That is your weakness. In the middle, that is where the ribs sit. Now these things weigh several tons. They would have gone through several times on that every day. Big stomachs. So they have very big ribs as well. We have 4 Matildas up the front. The second from the left is actually the longest and it's broken. It probably had another meter on it. But very, very big. But we have the same issue with Matilda and Ray as we did with Banjo. There's bits missing. So if we look at their family, and these two, that's with Titanosaurs. Look at those ones, finish off the skeleton, you can make it come to life. I haven't had any more than that in the street. There is one last dinosaur. I didn't mention at the start, it's not a holotype. You only get one holotype. In this case, that's Matilda, first described of the group. This one on the table in front of me is Alex. Got described afterwards, but it's the same species. And the reason Alex is in here is because of what we have from it. Can you explain it? Bring the logo back up. There's your sauropod. Absolutely massive creature. Teeny tiny head.
Yep.
There's a reason they have a long neck. If their head is too big, they won't be able to hold it up. Drop down and they grab the face of the mud. No one likes to taste the mud. So they have a small head made of lightweight bone, which works quite nicely for them. And the problem is, lightweight bone doesn't fossilize well. It tends to break. So anything from the sauropod head is very hard to come across. And we did that with Alex. The 3 bones on the right of this table are the first of the neck bones. The piece on the left is the brain case. And it is so well preserved that from a 20-ton giant, I present to you its brain by size. This is its brain. I've checked, this is all toad. It's adorable. And I'm not sure how we can see it, but there is a T-shape up my finger. That is where the thinking went on. The rest of this is just the sense of being able to see and smell. Tiny little bump is where it was thinking. Thing is, it works. With us, we have a lot more to think about than these things.
Yes.
We have more about taxes, how far it is. These things create problems for their entire life. Where's my next meal?
Yep.
Where can I sleep?
Yep.
Who's going to be my partner?
Yep. That's it. That's all they have to worry about.
The teenagers run. Food, internet, food. There's no homework thinking, there's no thinking.
You don't want brains in this ring.
Yeah, not my son, yeah.
What ability to smell? See? Everything else. This lovely people, that is for the nurse. That's so that they can smell everything. Looks a bit like an elephant in backpack. And it powered one of the largest which is quite entertaining. The thing is though, it works. They did extremely well with themselves.
I don't even think that much of that stuff.
Oh no. You got something like across the room. Nothing to touch them. They did very well.
Yeah.
Except for nature can conquer anything. The only reason why these things disappeared was because space had upgrades. Great big meteorite came screaming out of the sky and smashed into what is done. That one is a fact. We still have the crater. And there is a layer of meteorite dust around the entire planet.
Yep.
If you look below it, you'll find dinosaurs. If you look above it, you'll find that. That's how I know how this is. I'm kind of sad about this. You might be writing something.
I reckon part of that up at the Patterson Hotel. I reckon that, I get rubbish for it,
It'd be awesome.
Yeah.
But,
But if those are around, those would probably still be around, and I don't want them to be around. If you could train them, yeah.
Sure. What's that funny looking thing there?
thin one?
Yeah.
That is actually the foot of an emu.
Oh.
Oh, for comparison.
Yeah, so this one here is the foot of an emu. This is a reconstruction of dinosaur foot. They're pretty much exactly the same. The only difference is that with the emu, all of these bones up here have been fused into one.
Right.
So this one here represents all of these. It just squished them all into one piece. It's pretty cool, right?
I like it. Yeah, shorty loves it, right? I do.
G'day, Jeremy. Hope you're enjoying this.
Yeah. He uses my hair.
Oh, I think that shorty loves it. Yeah.
They have very small brains as well. Yes.
For example, he's a bush with legs.
Yeah. Yep.
So a bush with legs.
A bush with legs.
That's what an emu is. What about the brains of it?
Yes. Yes.
But as far as this book goes, that's the end of it.
Thanks, Nathan. That was excellent.
Thanks for coming out.
Track now.
Yes.
Thank you.
Give you a lot.
Huh?
Give you a lot.
Yeah, on the left, yeah.
So we're planning to head to air. There is more we can do here, but we have to wait. We're not going to be here long enough. We might have to come back. So we're leaving now, or are we leaving now?
There's a tour.
Is there?
Yeah, there's another tour.
I don't know. He just said. So what's the? Oh, did you grab everything?
So that's at 9 o'clock.
Yeah, let me put that in my wallet. What's 9 o'clock?
So
Okay, so 2 minutes. Okay. Aha! Cretaceous Craft Cafe. Very good. G'day. Good. Yep. Can I grab an ice mocha? You want anything?
Small or large?
Large, thanks.
Yeah. Chicken, cheese, and mayo toasty, please.
Oh, yeah. And can I do ham and cheese?
I got chicken cheese, mayo and cheese. I got a large iced mocha and 2 toasties.
Yep.
Anything else? That'll be $20.50. Card?
Yeah. Nice.
Here we go. First one of the day is usually.
Yep, take time to think about it.
Give it a minute or something.
Try and catch up tonight. That's a good idea. Having a big one.
Yeah. Just do that. There you go. We ready to speed up the connection. It's a
Okay.
You just gotta wait.
Hopefully.
Yes.
Alright.
Wash your fingers. Try putting your tongue.
Stop looking at it.
Yeah, that's right. Try putting your tongue in different places.
Nice. Yeah.
While we're waiting, I'll show people the beautiful countryside. Look at this. This is the sort of thing you see if you come to Australia. And you can go to Arizona or Nevada or places like that if you're an American. Those are easier to get to, but don't you want to come to Australia and see this? Give me enough of a heads up and I'll try to be your tour guide. Show you around. Try and keep you out of trouble. Try and keep you safe. And look at this, by the way. This is snake country. I wear thongs everywhere. I might get bitten by a snake one day, but I've got anti-venom. Don't you want to come see beautiful stuff like this? Progress? No.
Do I have cancelled transaction?
That's what I'm doing.
No, I just asked my wife as well. She nicked all the cash out of my wallet. I've got zero cash. Yes. It's terrible.
Would turning it off and on again work?
No, well, that hasn't
on again.
Sometimes.
What's it? How do you put it on the 3D thing? Menu 7. Menu 7?
That's in 7.
Yeah, well, you try to avoid type ends. I know they can kill you pretty quick, but we're not far from Winton. If I was doing serious bushwalking, I'd be more cautious. And if a snake kills me, oh well, good. Going home to heaven. Don't have to worry about this stupid world anymore. I'd rather die than wear shoes. Oh man, I'd like to wander around down there a little bit. Looks a bit rough though.
Yes. It's up on the side there. Epic. Need a receipt?
No, that's good.
Okay. Should be ready shortly after.
Yeah. Thank you. Yep. And so this is the back of, if you watched earlier where we parked in the car park, there's our car over in the car park. So this is a nice little tabletop. Looks like it's perfectly designed for building a museum and cafe and so forth on. I just love this view. This is just beautiful. It's a bit dry, but it's still beautiful. And if you can look at this and not see Noah's flood, that's because you don't want to. Or it's never even crossed your mind. This is perfect evidence for Noah's flood and completely destroys the idea of millions of years. It's rubbish to believe in millions of years. That's not how things happen. They don't happen slow and gradually. They happen suddenly. Stuff like this, geological formations like this, get eroded slowly, but they don't get created slowly. Not sedimentary, like this is, or alluvial. Margie doesn't want to be on camera. That Margie there. It's on the side. Yeah, oh, this beautiful countryside. And what a pity this is all secular atheism. Oh, here comes the tour bus. That's where I assume we'll be leaving at 9 o'clock. So hopefully our food comes out before then and it's takeaway. I should have checked earlier. We're on the 9 o'clock. Is that bus out there? Yes. And it's all taken. Thank you. And it's okay. It's okay for us to take it with us on the tour at 9. Yeah.
Yeah, you can. The first tour, you'll be walking down the walkway.
Right.
And that's more than fine. It's just that when you go into the next tour, at the footprints on the same side there,
yeah,
you can't take it in with you.
Right.
But you'll have plenty of time.
Hopefully we'll be finished by then.
Yeah, it's been over there.
Yeah. Right. Sorry for wandering. Hands. Mark, you want to come grab the toasties? We can take them with us.
Sorry about that.
That's all right. That's all right.
Got there in
Thanks. I think we'll be going on that thing over there. I wish I had a stand.
Which one's yours?
Ham and cheese.
Okay.
Why?
I'm just wondering if I got the right one.
Well, he said that we did. He remembered which ones we ordered. Mmm. I have bought myself a selfie stick, but I haven't set it up yet. It's got remote controls on it and all sorts of things. Please don't shake the table too much. Oh, please stop. No, please stop shaking the table. You've got to do different. So here's the guide for today. The booklet. There's the map again. So we're here at the moment. There's the tour bus. And I guess the tour bus is going to drop us off down here. Then we go for a walk. Gondwana Stars Observatory. Mark, did you see there's an observatory? So fossil preparation laboratory. So that's where the people work on preparing all of the exhibits and stuff. Reception center and collection room. This is what's on display. That's not kept in the lab. And then the Gondwana Stars, designed by Cox Architects to showcase the extraordinary dark skies above the jump up. So if we had been here at night, if we had stayed here an extra day, we'd definitely have to come back. We really need to spend a day or 3 in Longreach and 2 days in Winton. So we'll have to come back. It's a long way to travel though. It takes us days to get here. Oh well, it's worth it. Trackside. There was a program called by the ABC called Running with Dinosaurs, or Walking with Dinosaurs it was. I would reckon based on the evidence we have, they should have called it Running with Dinosaurs. There's not a lot of evidence of dinosaurs walking. What's been preserved is dinosaurs running, primarily because to preserve it creates the conditions that would have caused the dinosaurs to run. They've really designed this for kids, haven't they? Very important to brainwash kids into millions of years before they get too old and start questioning all this bull dash. Nelly called it bull something then. Become a member. Fat chance. Rats. So we missed this one. I think we're going to go do this one now, both of those. We missed this one. So we definitely have to come back. Do you see how much we're missing? We're missing this.
Yes.
We're missing that and that. And the flies have started to come out because the wind's starting to die down. Yay! Welcome to Australia. Welcome to Outback Australia, where the flies are everywhere. Even on the coast there's lots of flies. And one thing that you need to know about Australian flies, and I think most flies are like this, these little tiny bush flies, they love to get in your eyes because they want the moisture. I'm going to put the phone down. Sorry that I can't make the video more interesting at the moment, but I only have two hands and I'm trying to eat. And I don't have a stand to put the phone on. Oh, I'll just show you this beautiful view again. It's heaps better in person. You need to come visit. I'd love to show you around. But for now, I'm glad that you've joined me on YouTube. We enjoy this. I've been streaming for an hour and a half. Excellent. I hope you've been enjoying it so far. It says 3 people are watching. What do you think, guys? What have you thought of the video so far? I'd love comments. I hope I can set up my selfie stick soon. I actually need to set this video up so I don't even have to hold it. Don't even have to hold a selfie stick. I need one that is hands-free, that it holds it off my shoulder or something. Which card? What card? What card?
My,
Pocket card?
no.
I don't know. Bank card. You finished this? Don't you want it? Oh, of course you don't. Don't bother telling me. Just leave it for the flies. And then fill it up with ice cream.
You want an ice one?
Yeah.
Huh? Is that still live?
Uh-huh. Yes. Of course. You want that? Thanks. You didn't let flies get on your food, did you?
No. I'm gonna eat it.
Yes.
Good.
Yours is better than mine. I actually wanted yours. Oh, new comments. Someone's still there. No? Oh. Maybe a few weeks if you would keep me and my family in prayer. Yep. Jeremy. Definitely, Jeremy. We'll remember you in prayer.
We don't have seatbelts on the party bus, so we're going to use armrests in lieu of seatbelts, okay? So when you hop in, pick a seat, any seat, and armrest down to lock you in because the top speed is 24 whole kilometres, so don't be too intimidated. It is very, very windy today, so it's going to be a bit gusty. So if you have hats and stuff that might fly off or bits and pieces that might fly off, just give them a nice hug so they don't fly away. If they do fly away, just let me know. I'll stop the bus and jump on and grab it. Apart from that, I think all the housekeeping stuff, I might just check tickets to make sure where we're going next. So we're going Dinosaur Canyon. You've done the collection room, Dinosaur Canyon straight to the lab. Excellent. You guys are heading Dinosaur Canyon lab. Yes, excellent. And you're heading also to the lab. Excellent. We're all going to the little lap after. That's very, very handy. Alrighty, guys, come on down. We'll hop on the party bus and get started. The top speed of 24 k's is also where the aircon kicks in. Probably don't need it on a day like today, but you know.
You want to be in that one? Okay. Oh, this one doesn't. What side? No, I'm holding on. You hold on. No, what am I supposed to do with that? They might be able to hear it. The wind's probably terrible. I don't know what you guys are actually hearing. Top speed of 24 kilometers an hour.
It's like being on
Which I would guess is about 10.
Jurassic Park. It's like doing a Jurassic
No, it's probably more like 15 miles an hour. Nice little creek. Tiny little creek. We'll just get the woods on the other side. Bit of a canyon on the other side. And then goes down to this canyon. So there's a bit of a ridge here. It's interesting the shape of the landscape. Very flat on top.
That's a gum tree, isn't it? They're gum trees, aren't they?
It's terrible. I don't know what all these trees are. Usually just gum trees. I should know. No, I don't. I'm ashamed of myself. There's much of it. Or is it?
It's 2 tickets in there. Is that a dig?
I would ordinarily don't have umbrellas for shade, but I don't think the wind's going to make that a good time.
No. That'd be pointless.
Yeah. All right, guys, are we ready then?
Yep.
To get started, everybody who would like to get colour pencils. I know. I always forget because I have no question. So we're going this way just to avoid the danger stairs, but also because we're going to have to do the chat to Gordo. So Gordo is our guardian.
There's a representative of the stampede.
And we have a book, a storybook about him and his adventures at nighttime, meeting up with his clients to wake up here. is where we're going to start. Yeah, come on down, guys. Feel free to take all the photos that you like, share them with friends, social media.
Yes. I'll live stream to all my friends on YouTube. Yeah, there's a few benches and stuff.
Excellent. All right. Come on down, guys. So down we have a whole range of galleries down in here. So going in by really generous individuals. These guys, depict a whole range of different things. Now, I do want to point out the sidecats are doing really well here. That's really important. But this gallery is called Decorative Billabong.
That's the cycad closest to me. The dark green thing.
Dinosaurs that we find. These are just like to give you a bit of an idea of how almost
Because of the flood, obviously. Running away from the flood. So do you mean that? Sauropods are the plant eaters and theropods are the meat eaters. Well, the ones that tended to be more likely to eat meat. Beautiful. Imagine this in the wet season, the water going through there.
So these guys like angry little chickens, they're meat-eating dinosaurs, and we'll meet them up close and personal up the top, which is where our next stop will be.
So theropods are the big meat eaters.
A bunch of them coming across
Coelurosaurs are the very tiny ones, chicken size.
We have a couple of different shapes, different sizes of our ornithopods as well. So the smaller ones in here are Gordotypes, and the slightly bigger ones will meet up closer to the building on our way up there. Great big theropods, so like banjo.
Hello.
We also have an amazing view. So over this side of the jump up is, I think, the best view. So please have a quick look or a long look.
Oh, indeed. That's the sort of thing I was trying to see from the top. Very beautiful. So you've had a fair bit of rain recently?
We have.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, tonight you got a bit of rain,
Yeah. So apparently that's a bit unusual for here to be this green.
Happy hunting.
So it's rarely this green?
This is the greenest I've seen it in 4.5 months.
There we go.
Yeah.
And when do you usually get rain? Is it usually around
February.
Oh, okay.
So that's generally sort of closer to the wet season. So if we're going to get any rain, we generally get it in February.
Yep. And do you know how far above sea level it is here?
No.
Because Longreach, they call it the Highlands, or Emerald, and they're like 400 something meters above sea level. So there must be this And then they're Great Dividing Range or something, apparently.
Right.
There's this point that we crossed coming west. So I guess it's still a bit higher here than some places in Australia. Well, there you go. That's something for you to learn, in case someone ever asks that again.
So for anybody who wanted to do the non-compulsory homework, the plaques are these ones just here. So they've been baking in the sun this morning. They're not too bad yet, but you've got blank pages in your guidebooks. One that will say deaf and available, putting a blank page over the top, and scribbling with the coloured pencils over the top. So you get an excellent imprint of Dinosaurs Matilde.
Ooh, lovely purple flower over there. I like how they're planting little gardens up here. That's beautiful. And of course the flies are attacking me. I'm going to keep moving and try and leave them behind. Is there much shade, Marg? A little bit by the look of it. And look at those caves being created. So I guess sometimes they allow people to walk down there. Valley of the Sun. It should come a different time of day when the shadow's not on the plaques. I'm going to stand in the shade. It is a bit hot in the sun, isn't it? Sorry? I've got my water. Can you hold that for a second? Just do a little bit of filming while I eat.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the rain is washed.
So we're going to try again. We're trying to try doing it first. Yeah. It's a shame though because they're really big ones and they were living.
So that's what we were talking about just then. Those guys. Termites and lack of water. But they'll try again. I guess that's a control below. And then pterosaurs, models of them, obviously.
This is also our next homework stop. So this is our pterodactyls family. So these guys are pterosaurs, so technically not dinosaurs, but they are closely related, so they're cousins if you like. These guys are actually designed after a species found in Germany because we hadn't yet found our very own Winton pterosaur at the time, but we have now. And you will meet Butch when you head over to the lab. So I'm not going to rain on that grade, but hopefully we'll be able to incorporate Butch in here. Now I have a feeling that the guys that were helping to decorate this one got a little bit carried away. They had a lot of fun decorating it with the poop stain. And I think the corellas that also live in the little hollow above might have had fun adding to it. They got a little bit carried away though. But hopefully we'll get to incorporate Butch in here. He's got a wingspan of about 4 meters, so he'll be pretty impressive up there.
So do all of the animals that people think of as flying dinosaurs come under pterosaurs, or are there other flying dinosaurs?
I believe they're just pterosaurs, but I could be wrong.
Yeah.
And certainly the more that we find, or information that we find, it just keeps evolving what we understand.
And is there a group name for the swimming, the water dinosaurs?
As far as I'm aware, they're just marine reptiles, marine dinosaurs.
Yeah.
But in terms of the dinosaur sort of family tree, you've got archosaurs at the top, then you've got crocodilians, dinosaurs, and pterosaurs.
Right. So they still get called marine dinosaurs, some of them.
Also, ichthyosaurs, for example, I refer to as marine dinosaurs.
Right.
So, or marine reptiles, at least.
Yep.
All right. So at the moment we have quite a few amazing budgies, and I can hear them, but see, there you go.
There they are.
Up there. As if on cue.
Yep.
Sometimes we have.
I don't know if you people can see that.
Blocks of them.
I can hear another one. Flying around.
If you are
Isn't for you to come visit.
we have a little kitten down in here, but it's probably too bright for it.
Yeah.
Sometimes he hangs around in the late afternoon.
We'll have to come back. Oh, shade. Definitely should have brought a hat. I lived in Kununurra for the last 18 years. This is beautiful.
It is nice, but the sun is hot.
Yes.
Alright guys, so the next one, the Wavish Family Gallery, is a recreation of Dinosaur Stampede. So Dinosaur Stampede is about 110 k's southwest of Winton on the Junda Road. And it's basically a great big theropod dinosaur, which we have Banjo playing the part of today, chasing
There we
a whole
go.
bunch of little guys, so Silurisaurs and ornithopods, so similar to Gordo and a slightly larger type of ornithopod. So all the homework, guys, there's 2 plaques up there and there's 2 blank pages for this one, just to keep you on your toes.
Shade. Very creative. Being very conscious that I don't want to drop my phone.
So really good acting shot for Banjo. Looking very friendly.
Crouch here in the shade. And there's Banjo just behind the tree. The sun is very warm today. The air's cool. As soon as you go in the sun, you start burning very quickly. Typical Australia. The sun is nasty. I didn't even think of it. Not that dissimilar to another Batasaurus. They've got a flat bit on the end of their tail rather than getting to a point. We don't have more trees around. Waiting for the tour group. Different coloured leaves, the more olivey green. That's mistletoe. compared to the paler green trees, leaves of the tree, which I think is an eucalyptus. Or a gum tree, and there's more mistletoe. The roots don't reach the ground.
No, I'm not sure. So
Definitely don't want to drop my phone down there.
So one last just before we head back up into the nice air-conditioned building up there.
And out of the sun.
Right, guys, so this section here is all about our concept design for our natural history. So that is a building about 6 times the size of the building that we're going to head into. Designed for those so that access to get up, just jump up, get up to it. Yeah, and we'll be able to give you a bit of an idea of Australia through time. So not just dinosaurs, natural history of Australia, all the way through time. But it'll give us an opportunity to be a one-stop shop and give us an opportunity to put all our bits and pieces on display. And these guys down here are pretty amazing as well. So these are Kungarosaurus. We've got our homework classes here. Kungarosaurus we found, so they're not a Winton dinosaur. I believe they're actually found between Winton and Richmond. We found 95% of these guys, which is just amazing. So we know exactly what they look like, exactly what their features look like. So these guys are one of the 6 in the world that will have gut material inside their gut. So these guys are people. So flowering plants and some seeds and stuff like that. So these guys were incredibly well preserved. So really, really exciting stuff.
Wow.
That's pretty cool.
Lovely plateau, look at the edges of it. Very similar to what you find in Kununurra, actually. Flat ridge. And notice that there's this pink a sort of peachy pink colour on the,
From here.
and it's everywhere. It's not a colouring that's come from nature. It's a colouring of the tree itself. That the bark is a peachy pink. Amazing.
Feel free to go over on the other side and take some photos just for comparison.
Beautiful.
Conditioning or into the air conditioning via the strange mud building that hopefully you.
Is it skewiff, is it? There we go. I'm going to walk fairly fast on the way back because I want to get out of the sun as quickly as possible. Find somewhere to stand in the shade. Definitely should have brought a hat with me. My skin is not designed to be in the sun. My skin is designed to live in Scotland. But God saw fit to orchestrate that I should be born in Australia, and he hasn't seen fit to take me away from Australia yet, and I suspect that's not going to happen. If I do move, it probably won't be to somewhere that my skin was designed to be. You could say, well, what do you mean, Graham? God designed you to live where you did. Yes, because he has a bigger purpose than just my skin. I should be showing you the beautiful landscape, shouldn't I? Instead of the path. I hope you've enjoyed this. I don't know what the sound was like. I don't know what you managed to hear. How much you might have missed. And there's another little stairs. Those stairs might have... Mark? I assume we're headed over there. They've designed that to look like rock, which is really nice. Looks like basalt, is it? Pumice stone. Very volcanic looking. And I can't see if anyone's commenting. I've been in the sun for ages. Yes, similar to Arizona or New Mexico. Where's the koalas? I haven't seen any koalas at all. Koalas are quite rare. Looks hot. It's actually relatively cool. Nice breeze. The air's cool. The sun's hot. So as long as I stay in the shade, it's not too bad. And here's another look at this beautiful view. So I was just down there. That's the path, the track. And this is where we're headed. I hope she's already up there. I can't.
No, yeah, that's
She doesn't seem to be here anyway. She didn't say. I assume so. If she's not up there, I'll go looking for her. Or you can. It makes sense that she's up there. I just love these views. Vista standing above it and seeing a vista like that. Beautiful. And then they've added in dinosaurs. Imagine one of them running after you or being cranky with you. It's interesting, the Bible says that we have authority over animals. It says it in Genesis. God gave us authority. It also says it in James 3 that we can control every kind of birds and of beasts and of things in the sea. But it's only the tongue that we are unable to tame. But the tongue can no man tame. Should look at that, Jack Swift. But don't think you're special and you don't. I think we all do. Here we go, these little guys with the little flat bit on the end of their tail again. And then these guys, one of them's got a longer snout and the other one has a more of a rounder head. And I'm hoping my wife's in here somewhere. If she's not, I don't know where she is. Unless the other guy drove her back. Ornithopods. Theropods, sauropods, and
How good are your imagination? They're obviously pretty good because you can see them in your eyes. So there was somebody in the toilets. Would she like to join us, Steve?
I'll see if she answers the phone.
Okay.
I did yell out to her, so I'm going to assume no. She might be feeling well.
Yeah. I could grab the wheelchair.
Nah, I think she's okay.
You sure?
Yeah, it sounds like I'll ring her again.
We might head on inside.
Sorry about that. Yeah. Yes. Sure. Yep. So there's no internet inside there, plus my phone's on 14%. So I'm going to shut down. See ya.